Hey, Choosy. D, did you want to put in your Choosy D earrings? Is that why you bought them, or?
I mean, I brought them because I look like a foot, and it's Friday after work, and these are the only hoops that I have that match.
Them fire though.
Thank you. All my other hoops, one is at somebody's house, so one is at somebody's son's house. So
there's that. Look, y'all. I told y'all
hoop.
I had a new piece coming for All Star, and that was a whole nother like eventful ass weekend. We not gonna go there, but we had a good time, and you know, I'm out here with my bundles.
They look great.
I'm really satisfied with this unit. If you ask me, I might tell you. I've been telling people who made it. He's really flawless. His name is Jacob. So based on the title, y'all should already know what we're here to talk about. I can't really tell you the situation that inspired this chat. However,
it happens to everybody though, right?
Huh?
It happens to everybody.
In some way, maybe. So the questions that we'll talk about, you'll be able to see, like, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, as a woman, you've probably been on one end or the other of this scenario. So obviously, we're going to be talking about how do you come to somebody as a woman? Do you even come to them as a woman? What do you do if you know that somebody's man is acting inappropriately? Maybe with you, maybe with somebody else. Like, how do you let your friend know that her new man may have a reputation of being a hoe? Like, how do you go about having those conversations? So, I did a poll. Y'all know I love me a good poll. And so I asked my lady followers a couple questions about all of this. Like, how do you feel about being came to as a woman? How would you prefer to get such sensitive information? And what are our experiences when delivering sensitive information? Like, does it go well? Does it backfire? All that good stuff. So before we get into discussing everything, I'm going to go ahead and show you the poll results, get that out the way. And then we're going to discuss, my girl is going to help give some perspective on, like, why is it that some women, they would prefer just not to know. So we're going to discuss that, okay? So 1 second, take a look at these results. Okay, so we already know telling a woman about her man could be a very touchy subject.
Wait, I don't know the results.
So I'm gonna repeat them again.
Oh,
we getting ready to go question by question, and I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so the first question was, ladies, if your man was cheating on you, would you want to be confronted or informed by the other woman? 33 women said yes. 66 women said no. Would you say no? Okay, so you got to tell the people why
I
no.
don't trust these bitches. I don't know what you talking to me about my man for. You could, be good-hearted as a home breaking up ass bitch. Yeah, there could be something inside you that says, you know what? I'm gonna go and tell her. But at the end of the day, I think your intentions aren't the best intentions. Good. So don't tell me shit. I mean, if it came from one of my friends, that's fine, and that's another part of the poll. But who is Barbara? Am I Barbara or Shirley? If it's my man, am I Barbara? Barbara, hey, this Barbara. Is Shirley. Okay, I'm Barbara. So Shirley, don't approach me and talk to me about my nigga and what he has done, because at some point you ain't shit too. So you can't come to me and be like, this nigga ain't shit, girl. Let me tell you why. Hold on. You're a shitty source. So don't tell me that shit.
That is true. And I feel like when we discussed the situation that inspired this in our group chat, and I feel like one of my friends was like, well, you never know what the man is telling, you know, the other girl. And so I think for me, it really just depends on, like, have you known? It's one thing if you hit me and you like, I didn't know about you or whatever the case may be, because you know niggas is good for hiding their girlfriends. I won't be one to be hidden. However, you know that they will play that game. So it's one thing if you can honestly say like, I didn't know about you, or maybe he downplayed the seriousness, because I'd be lying if I said, you know, I never entertained a dude who said, you know, we on a break, we ain't really I ain't really rocking with her like that, because men will do that. However, I do agree that sometimes it comes out of spite, and that's what I don't necessarily respect. Like, in the scenario that inspired this, the person was like, you know, I just feel like you're telling this to the man, you're just doing good women wrong, and that you shouldn't be allowed to be doing that. But you didn't care that I was a good woman when you was fucking my man, did you?
Which is where I'm like, don't tell me shit.
So I think when you tell out of spite, it messes with your credibility as far as like, what is your intention in telling me this information? Because if anything, you should have told me from jump when he was on your heels.
You don't have no credibility, whether it's from spite or not. You telling once you found out that he had a girlfriend. I don't think you got no credibility. I don't know at all. I can't find credibility in this. I don't know. I guess what you said, maybe she don't know at all. But we be knowing this shit, man. I don't know.
I think sometimes you gotta, if you don't investigate a man good enough, he may very well, you know, be hiding a girl from you. I ain't gonna act like I ain't never seen it. I seen it. But,
shit,
again.
I've been hidden, I think, before. Yeah.
Anyway, I think the biggest issue with the whole coming to a woman thing is the men. If it's men watching this, I really want y'all to know, it always will come better from you. From you. Like, the moment you let another woman think she has the upper hand on your girl, the embarrassment behind that, child, like, we can't recover from that. Like, that is a pride and an ego thing. Like, you done let this girl come and tell me some information, and I can respect you more if you tell me first. So that way I'm prepared. Because no woman want to hear something about her man that he couldn't come to her and tell her about.
It's like having an intimate conversation with a stranger. Like, this is something that might make me cry or upset me or affect my health. Whatever it is she coming to me about, it should have been the person that I was closer to either way. Exactly.
Because you the one who owe me the loyalty and the explanation. She, at the end of the day, don't really owe. They don't owe you nothing.
Your man burned me.
Ooh!
Huh? Versus... maybe it might be softened by being like, baby, we're going to have to go get tested. Either one of those hurts. But which one you want? You want the phone call while you at work at you? Or you want your man to tell you in privacy and in a, you know...
I seen a tweet that says, you ever found out some information about your relationship and you be at work and you can't do nothing about it?
Okay.
I gotta
go! Your break is over? Like, you don't want to receive that. You will receive it in an intimate setting. You know what I'm saying? You don't know when Shorty going to reach out to you, but at least you can be... You know your man not going to call you at work. He know when you get off, you going to talk to him.
He going to hold the information down.
I'm going to be in my robe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you bring up a good point. Approach is everything. I was talking to my friend about this yesterday, and one thing she mentioned is like, the way you go about telling another woman about her man is very telling as far as like, where you stand. Like, are you telling me this because you trying to really one up me, or you really want to inform me? Because sometimes if you over give details, that just makes the situation worse. So we only need the basic information. When did he try you? Have y'all had sex? Did something result from said sex? Has he bought you anything or gave you some money?
Because it's all my money.
After that, I don't need to know that he was with you at your cousin Pookie house the other night. Like, I don't need all the extra details. Keep it cute.
You can tell me that. I want.
See, she want to know all the extra details.
Now I want to know everything. I'm the wrong bitch for that, because I be like...
But see, you know what? The intimate details I would want to know. If he brought you around some of his people, then that I want to know. Because then you can verify, like, so you met his auntie Shirley.
Was you at Pookie's house?
See...
and that's a can of worms.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. So, like, you have to be careful with not necessarily oversharing. But if you gonna share, you better be prepared to answer all homegirls' questions. Don't sit there and try to get tight-lipped and all that other stuff. And like I said, I don't do the fake women empowerment. Like, well, you know, I don't.
In honor of feminism, I'm going to tell you.
Girl, keep that feminism. But if you telling me because he pissed you off, because he told you he didn't want to be with you or whatever, then I just feel like your intentions are not...
You mad.
You mad. That's why you're coming to me, because you didn't get what you thought you was going to get out of the situation. And so now you, again, that's the spite part. Like, you feel spited, now you want to say something. No, be spited in peace.
Yeah, don't. This isn't a good reason.
What else? Okay, so I got some comments from my DMs of women who shared their opinions on this question. And I'm going to share those because I think some of them are really, really interesting. So somebody was like, you know, I wouldn't want to be confronted by her because I hate hearing things from other people other than who I should be hearing it from. However, I would listen to what she had to say because, you know, we nosy. So any type of information, we definitely like, so.
I think, yeah, it would be rare for me to be like,
I don't want
Don't talk to me. I'm going to ask my man about this.
No, we gonna ask. You definitely gonna sit there and listen.
What's your name? Go ahead.
Where you meet him
at? Okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't cut her off.
Yeah,
I'll take the info.
You definitely want to take the info. Somebody said that they wouldn't mind the woman coming to them because this way I didn't have to look through his shit. I can just bring it up if they have receipts. Receipts is the biggest part of this. Don't you come to me without no receipts.
You be making this shit up. You could be a bitch, you know what I'm saying?
You could just be mad.
Just be trying to tear shit up. Like,
and then at that point, it's hearsay. Like, yeah. I don't bring me no information if you don't have no proof.
Was you really with my man? Because I was with him that night. Are you just trying to break this up? Because you've been trying to fuck this up since we met.
See? And then this was a doozy. So, one girl said, I feel like them coming to me is actually what made it worse because she's speaking from experience. Because I had no idea he was fucking around. I had always told him I hate being embarrassed, and a girl coming to you saying she's fucking your nigga is super embarrassing to me. Like you were talking to them about me, why? I felt like that gave them an upper hand on me, even though I don't actually think he liked them. I feel like if he would have come to me and said, I made this mistake, but I'm sorry, and I really want to make things work with you, which is what he did the first time, I can move past it. But the fact that I had no idea blew me and made me feel like he's only sorry once he gets caught, and that's not cool. I just felt like I didn't know him at all anymore, and it made me feel like there's no way you can really like me or love me if you keep hurting me in this same way.
Deep.
One and done. Don't you let no man play with you multiple times like this. This same girl said that her stomach used to turn every time she got a DM request because this is what chicks was doing.
Has sis moved on?
Yes. Sis has broken up with said man. Thank God.
To get the wine.
You going to get the wine? You take a moment. But yeah. You see, this is why I'm telling y'all men, like, don't do dirt. And then if you are going to do dirt and you're going to, you worried about somebody spilling the beans, you need to be the one to say something. Because...
Or get some better bitches. Don't have no bitches that's out here like, I'm finna tell her what happened.
See, y'all, that'd be the thing. Y'all be out here messing with chicks who don't have nothing to lose. I be telling men, like, I don't condone cheating in no way, shape, form, or fashion. But if you're gonna cheat with a woman who has a man. That way she has just as much to lose as you.
Or a life, okay? Because I didn't been the side piece, and I didn't just had a life. Like,
right, like you, again.
Y'all can handle that. You tell her. This ain't none of my business.
But to sit out there and be messing with these girls who just like to be catty and all of that, it's gonna be your downfall. So... y'all need to stop, again, I don't condone cheating, but if you're gonna do it, like, be smarter about it. So the last comment that I got was, anybody can tell me but her. I feel like her perspective is no longer objective once she engages, knowingly or unknowingly. Somebody is gonna feel away, and that is an extra layer of emotions that will get in the way of my real concern. Would I want to be involved with a man that was cheating? If cheating was a concern at all, absolutely not. But if the other woman is the person bringing it to me and she comes sideways, then it's a pride issue because ain't no bitch about to try me. And I think that brings up an interesting point. Most women, they rarely fight over said man. They fight over the disrespect between the two of you all.
Because That was very well said.
Yeah. Because again, if you come to me and you all big and bad, like, yeah, he was doing this, that's disrespectful. However, if you come to me humbly, I might hear you out, and we may not have to take this any further. But that's what I be really wanting people to know. Is like when you see two women fighting and it seems like it's over a man, it's usually not over the man.
It's about the principle.
It's about the principle, and somebody done said the wrong thing to the other person, and now it's an issue. But I always tell women, I really don't. I think that you should be in the position to check your man. Don't be checking unless you had a prior relationship with that girl. She don't owe you nothing. So to sit here and get all upset, I'm gonna beat both their ass. That young lady don't have nothing to do with this.
It's not her. Mm-mm.
And then don't try to fight her and then sit there and go back and be with him. Like then you just looked up
or get beat up.
Period.
Mm-mm. Don't go fighting over no man and get dragged down the block. Well, now you double embarrassed, and he just standing there probably
looking dumb because dudes just be standing off. What y'all doing? Like, but men they low key like when women fight over them. So I don't ever give these niggas the time of day to sit there and fight on you. Fight over to think that you fighting over them. Not gonna happen. Okay, next question, ladies. If your man was being flirty or inappropriate in another woman's DMs, would you want her to tell you? 56 women said yes. 38 women said no. How you feeling?
DM flirts Instagram has opened up like a can of worms. The fact that you can heart some shit or like the 100 some shit. Mm-hmm. I try to read and not read into, just kind of like study the responses that I get to my story.
Yeah.
I have an actively married man who, well, maybe like a couple of them, who will like heart something that I have in my story or me, a picture of me. And I think it's fucking weird. I think it's a fine line.
Yes, it is a fine line.
Of being like, okay, is this just like you like, hey, thumbs up, buddy. Oh, nice eyebrows, whatever. Or are you like sexually interested in what I have on?
I think when they send the fire one, it's more appropriate.
It's very neutral
than when they send the hard eyes, because that's telling me you just think that it's fire. You think I'm fire. You think that whatever I'm doing, you look nice.
I'm fired.
But the heart eyes,
I don't like the hearts at all. I don't like heart eyes for sure. But even just a heart, I don't be fucking with that. Like I saw your wife yesterday. I don't know why you don't heart none of my shit. I'm not finna heart your nigga shit. I think it's a weird line though, because a man could take that and run with that like, man, I just liked it.
It's just Instagram.
But at the same time, would you do it in front of your bitch? That's like the thing. I'm not gonna run personally and be like, these are my story archives here, and he has hearted each one. Here you are. Here's that. Because I think it's very minuscule. It's something that you can like talk to your man about. But if you don't know what's happening,
right?
Should I tell on you?
Yeah.
If it gets excessive, then I feel like I'm going to say something. And that has been a situation in my personal life where that was happening between two people that I knew, where somebody, man, was like, hard eyes, baby girl. Ooh. And the other girl didn't tell the friend. Mm-hmm. Because it's kind of like a fine line of like...
Were they friends or were they...
They were friends.
Okay, that changes
I was friends with two people, and it was happening between one... I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain without like identifying people. But my homegirl had a homegirl that was both our friends, and my homegirl nigga was like,
so it's kind of mutual.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Was kind of like liking her stuff or putting kind of awkward shit in her DMs, and it was kind of like, well, do I tell her? Because it's minuscule, just like what I was saying. If I'm close to her, I feel like I might show her, but again, it's like, is it being petty? And once she did eventually come out and tell her what was happening, the girl, our friend, was mad. She didn't want to know. Like, she felt like
she was trying to start shit.
Yeah, and it's like, God damn, I don't know what to do. Like, am I going to tell you or am I going to not tell you? But, I mean...
Yeah, because I think sometimes we have a general understanding of what's inappropriate, and then sometimes we don't. Like...
And niggas be acting
some chicks, they may be okay with they man.
Girl, that's fine. He just
multiple
he likes stuff like that. He likes your goose in that picture, and sometimes it'd be like, and he came home and showed me that he liked this and blah 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 about you, and was like, you should get these boots. I don't know.
But I think the key word that you said was excessive. I'm somebody, I'm not going to do it maybe the first 1 to 3, 5 times. But you go over that?
Your stories be long, I guess. It could be 1 to 3, 5 in a day.
No. I mean, in multiple instances where like I can do a full scroll and everything you see is hard ass. You look good. Like it's just flirty material.
Wow, shorty.
Because then I feel like I have more to really bring to you. Like this isn't just a once or twice occasion. This man is eyeing me from afar. Has he overstepped an official boundary? Maybe not. However, I would think that this is inappropriate.
There's no rules for the internet. I wouldn't like you doing it if I knew about it. Would you do it in front of me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's always my biggest question. Would you do it in front of me? And I just think snitching can be hard. Yeah. Just bringing that to light and telling somebody about it, it's like you have both parties.
It can be uncomfortable.
The nigga might downplay it, and she might be like, that's not even that serious. So it's just like... Okay.
But yeah, I think that's maybe why some women said no, is because they felt like maybe it could be misconstrued, it could be petty. But I will say this is more authentic than the phone call, because at least in the DMs you got some proof. But how valid do you consider that to be, depending on what's being said? Mm-hmm. So
I don't like it though.
I feel like you just have to build a case. Like you got to let him be a repeat offender. So that way you can really say like, hey sis, and maybe even phrase it like, I know y'all are together and it kind of makes me uncomfortable that he acts like this towards me on social media. And I don't know how you feel away. If you would feel away about it, I personally would. So that's why I'm telling you.
And I think just me thinking about who does it to me on the internet and how men can literally be idiots. Either one, oblivious, or just dogs to be like, well, it don't really mean anything. I think the first step might be, hey, I'm not really comfortable with you doing this shit in my DMs. Like telling them, like setting that limit, like
setting the boundary.
Set that boundary, like, bro, I don't really like you putting hearts up under my shit and you be with your wife every weekend, and I know you, bitch. I think that's going too far. Like, I'm addressing it with you. So then, if going forward, you still want to play these motherfucking games, and I told you how I feel about it and how it would look from a woman's perspective, then I might just go ahead and slide this to you, bitch.
That's very good answer. Very, very good.
Ooh, and I got a story, too. Ooh, I got a story. Go ahead. I don't know where it really fits in, but...
Go ahead, drop it!
Oh, my God. It just made me think of it out of nowhere. We had this creepy man that I used to work with at a major... business that employs a lot of people in Chicago, and you can kind of get a vibe like how you doing today, you know, with you want a happy hour after this. And it was a tall, attractive to somebody man, and he could be super flirtatious. You know, I'm an Aries, so I flirt with a wall, but it doesn't go to a point of like you trying to fuck kind of tone. I don't know, I'm just super friendly. Yeah. So this man will come around all the time, whatever, woo randomly talk, but nothing too in depth. Like, he knows what I do on the side as far as like alcohol marketing and stuff, and we've chatted briefly about that. He had my number for whatever reason. I think about like event planning. He was like, can I take down your information because I want to open a bar, do this and that, right? I'm like, that's fine. He never really hit me up. Now, I was laid off from this job in May. Haven't talked to him because I don't see him. We don't hang out. We're not in inner circles. He texts me Merry Christmas. And I'm like, wow, that's really nice. However, my nigga, you have not said, have you found another job? I'm sorry to hear about you being laid off. I think he did say the sorry about you being laid off. Okay. But nothing in between that, you know, as a follow-up. But like, Merry Christmas, like we cool. I'm like, Merry Christmas. But bitch, I probably ain't even text you Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do stuff like that. Yeah. It's not a thing. So what the fuck are you texting me for?
Right. Sir? You want some attention.
He then goes into his life and was like, well, I've been good. Like, oh, okay, thanks. This is about you. I'm glad you got that. I've been good. I've done this, and that. I just celebrated my 30th, woo. He sends me a slew of pictures, right? So I'm like, oh, wow, you finally got engaged, bro. That's super nice, blah, blah, blah. Okay, your 30th birthday, that's your dick. Mixed in these pictures.
Good dick. Get the fuck.
Is this your dick that you just sent me? I said, and I had already replied because, you know, as you go up in a message, you add more. It just keep moving up. So I only saw like his fiance and shit, and I started texting back like, amazing. And then I was like, wait, I'm not talking about your dick. Did you just know that you sent me your dick on Christmas? First of all, unsolicited dick pics is a whole nother story. Nigga, it's since Christmas, your engagement photos and your dick. This is not an accident. You can't tell me that in your engagement photos, block, dick. No, it's not laid out like that. You went through your phone and you selected your penis and you chose to send it to me. I don't like dick pics. It was a nice looking dick. I don't like dick pics. I proceeded to, like, go off. You did that on purpose. He sent, like, a fake apology and was like, I mean, you just bent up about it. You must like the way it looked. I said, now, wait a minute. You're further confirming that you ain't shit. So this is where it started to piss me off to a point where I'm like, you've been a creep. This was an unsolicited conversation and we're not close. You're doing this intentionally.
Right.
So
this is abuse at this point.
I mean, you hitting me with it. I feel like you hitting me with your dick. So, I made my threat. I announced it to him that it was not appropriate in that moment. Like, this shit not cool. You don't do shit like this. It don't make sense. So you can't really vouch like, well, it was an honest mistake. I just was clicking. Right, because when you go to show your mama and your auntie and your family and your cousin and the people that you work with your engagement photos, your dick is right there.
It's not.
It's not. It's in the hidden albums. I know how this works. Stop fucking playing with me. So I was like, hey, bro, you cannot admit it. I don't want you to do this to nobody else. Before I got to rip him a new one, I sent his dick to 2 of my other coworkers. I said, I know you fucking lying. Did this nigga tell y'all Merry Christmas? A couple of them was like, yeah. 1 out of 3 was like, I have seen that dick pic before. He has shown it to me.
See?
I turned around back to that nigga's conversation. I said, it's funny how you think this is a mistake. I'm going to go ahead and reach out to the person who could vouch for your credibility the best, which is your fucking fiance. Why don't I show this to your bitch and say, hey, do you think he sent this on accident, sis? Merry Christmas. But look at this shit. Like, that was my one time where I felt, validated by what he had did enough to be like, yo, I'm gonna reach out. But I said it to him first. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that damn near should always be the place. Like, hey, I'm gonna give you a women's educational moment and say that this is not okay what you're doing. Yeah. Whether it's something as light as heart eyes or you sending your fucking accidental dick pics to people. Stop fucking playing with me. I didn't send it to his wife, but I still have the whole thread. Like, I know you're doing this to other people. Like,
you ain't right. This ain't your first rodeo.
Somebody else saw the picture. Another girl was like, already seen it. So that's my thing. Tell a nigga first. Educate these niggas. Because they all stupid. Sorry, man. You can add me at Juicy D, but y'all dumb.
Period. Okay. So, next question. Have you ever told a woman her man was being inappropriate with you? Which is kind of what we just talked about. It's an extension of the first question. Except this time, just telling her straight out. 28 women said yes. 75 women said no. Like I think you said, I think women get in this position where they don't really know if that's their place.
For people's defining line of comfort. Some people are in these open relationships where they man go out and grab titties and bring you home. So it's like you come to a woman and she like, oh, okay. I mean, I told him to pick you, and you like, oh.
Let the woman do the picking. That's just that on that.
I think that's great. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then another reason why I think sometimes you might hesitate, especially when you peeping shit on social media, is like, you don't know if they like on a break or they not, like let's say they was posting each other and then they may slow down and it's like, I think he got a girlfriend, but I'm not really sure. But so you can't really determine if you gonna say something because it's like, that man to sit there and, especially because I've called me now like, don't you got a girl? And they'll be, nah, we ain't rocking right now, or whatever the case may be, and then you turn around a month later and they back together. It be periods like that where men want to play with you when they on the outs with their girl.
And she whole time like 2 months pregnant, you don't even know.
Them be the kickers when they be pregnant. Well, somebody sent me a DM saying that she doesn't care enough these days because women aren't going to leave because they're afraid to be alone. And that's another thing. Is like, do you be really wasting your time? Because some of these chicks are just content with knowing that they do be out here.
She said, I'm not telling nobody because these bitches is hopeless. No, sis, no, don't give up.
Yeah. Because I mean, I understand that energy. Like, if I tell you, you turn around and don't really care, all right, I probably won't speak up again because it's like, I don't know if this is information that you would actually do something.
Am I wasting my breath?
Right. Am I wasting my time? And when I was talking to this girl that gave me a comment, it was funny because she was like, you know, people, she called her an associate, not a friend, who was like being dumb behind a dude and would like sit and vent to her about like, you know, pretty much trying to justify why she still deals with the man. And I think it's crazy how people will really sit and like come up with every reason in the book to give themselves permission to do what they want to do anyway. You want to stay with that man, you don't care that he a dog, embrace it.
Girl, I don't give a damn what he do. We ride or die. And we just gonna be like, okay.
Whatever make you happy, okay? But I think we be so, you know, women be so afraid of judgment from other people. They like, well, you know, he really said he was gone. He trying to get it together.
He love me.
And I was, you know, going through some stuff and I was taking it out on him. So I get why he... Whatever you got to tell yourself to make you feel better. You ain't got to explain shit to me. Nothing.
Just tell yourself.
Whatever you need to do.
Don't even bring up that nigga didn't hurt you. Just let's move forward.
Let's move forward. So the next question was, ladies, if your friend has gotten word that your man is cheating or being inappropriate, she didn't actually see it, would you want her to tell you? So you taking your homegirl word if she has no receipts?
She can tell me. I'm a note it in my notepad for sure. If it comes up, I'm going to pull that motherfucker right out of my brain. Like, it's funny that this piece of information matches. This I be getting my kids at work. Because they'll say some shit, and I have digital information that shows me what they're doing. So we can't write them up, which should be regular life. If you have not seen the offense, I can't write you up. Mm-hmm. But if I have this information that a bird told me, and I have the digital information that matches together, that's your ass.
It's your ass.
So it's like, I'll store that information. You can tell me. I'm not going to be like, girl, what the fuck? I'm going to be like, thanks, sis, for reaching out and trying to be friendly with me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Which is how, like, my friendship situation with those two girls, I wish my other friend was kind of more like, I can see where it was awkward for you to tell me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'll if anybody shares anything with me, no matter what it is, I appreciate them for sharing.
Yeah.
Whether it's negative or positive, thank you. And I'm going to just put
do
it back here.
Right. Do with it what you will.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put it back here.
The only thing I don't like about situations like this is if you play the whole, I can't tell you where I got the information from. If we friends, I need to know the source. Not necessarily that I'm going to confront the source, but I'm obviously going to be curious about where you got the information. And I just feel like as a real friend, my loyalty is going to lie with you. So if I'm bringing you this information, I'm going to be able to tell you. And I'm going to tell the person, or however I got the information. You know, people like, well, don't say it was from me. No! You should know, but your mouth if you ain't want nobody to say it was from you.
This is why I don't tell that bitch that. She do this all the time, and I tell her stuff, and she be like, who you get that from? And I be like, I'm not telling you.
See?
We've had this before. I feel like if you told me something, I'm still grateful and glad you told me. I almost don't even want to know that piece of the puzzle, because they fuck around and should have told me too. Just tell me what you know. You could tell me, and I tell Brittany, and I won't tell her who it was. So,
see, yeah,
just take the information.
I get that, but it's also like, it's like a tinge. I want to know. I want to know where it derived from.
Yeah, it's gonna itch
because that is how I can verify the information. Not to say that, like, okay, so this girl I work with, she supposedly been talking to your man. I'm not gonna go and talk to the girl you work with, but I at least want to know it's the bitch you work with.
Like, what's her name?
So I can confront him about it.
No.
I want to be able to have my facts. If I can't have the facts,
no.
See, that's different with me. If I can't have all the pieces of the puzzle, you can keep it.
You been fucking with a girl that works at Sicko? You ain't gotta be like, you been fucking with Chanel at Sicko?
I mean, I ain't necessarily gotta have her name, but I need to at least know
her name.
Where it derived from. I'm sorry. I'm nosy. I need all the details. But if you tell me, I don't really want to tell your name, but this is where it came from, I I may ride with that.
And I think I stopped myself because I know I come from sick people. And my mama gonna find out where she was born and her criminal history. You know what I'm saying? So I be like, okay, cool, that's what you know. Great, we're gonna move forward to kind of just keep myself in balance and just to regulate myself. I almost don't want to know more than what you're giving me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start investigating anyway.
Yeah, I get that. I think because I don't want to sit here and continue. I can't sit here and continue to engage with you, be in a relationship with you, or whatever you want to call it, and I have these suspicions
in the back of my
mind that I cannot confirm or deny. So if you bring me anything, I need receipts. That's just me. If my future man out here doing stuff, don't tell me shit until you have something solid and that I can see and witness. Because outside of that, no, thank you. Because then I'm gonna sit here and wonder, and then like that's how men are able to talk their way out of stuff when you don't have enough details. Because then they like, well, no, it was just, or this is that. When you got actual factual like pieces, they can't refute that.
And I'm not a good arguer. I'm a planned argument haver. I can't be like, what's her name? He be like, who? My auntie? Because that's who I was texting the other day when you saw me. I'm gonna be like, well, what you want for dinner? Because I don't even feel like, I do need full evidence. I need to come with a book like.
Yeah. So I think like if you're not gonna be able to confirm like sources and stuff, it could get sticky that way. Cause then like again, if that's your friend, she gonna wanna be like, well, why you can't tell me? Like, what is holding you back from telling me? Do you feel like you putting like, is this another friend of yours that you feel like you be, jeopardizing the friendship behind, and that's why you don't want to say anything?
She be doing this to me.
Well,
why, Darylyn?
When you're an anxious person, you need to know all the whys. Okay, last question. Maybe. Okay, last question.
We got time and wine.
So, have you ever tried to put the bug in your friend's ear about her man? So, this could be like maybe, again, the hearsay. Like, well, I heard he got a reputation, or I knew a girl who messed with him back when, and she said this, and... So 60 women said yes, 45 women said no.
Okay. So it's common for somebody to be like, I know this about Ray.
Yeah, because I think like if he has a reputation of being a hoe and you just want her to be aware that like he's had these tendencies, then maybe you want to like, you sure that that's what you want to do? But the thing is, I think you never want to, you never want it to come off like you're hating on your girl's new relationship. Because when women get into relationships and they feel like they finally happy, they get real sensitive about how their friends talk about their new man. And this is where I think it comes in. Because when somebody was like, somebody replied to this and said, if it was a friend that he was flirting or being inappropriate with, then yes, definitely tell me, and vice versa. I've had a friend before that I saw her man cheating and I let her know, and I saw him. But then it backfired on me because she didn't want to believe it. So I turned out to be the bad guy. So it's just a touchy subject because some may be cool with it, others won't. All in all, these niggas are for everybody. Ain't no hope. Okay, so we'll stop there.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, because we was going like completely like. But I've heard this scenario so many times about it backfiring on the friend for sharing the information. And it's like, why do y'all be so quick to believe your man and not believe your friend? This is your friend, not just some chick off the street.
Or even if it is your nigga and he is totally in the wrong, but you still like, I don't know about the bitch now. Like, damn, she didn't do nothing.
She didn't do nothing to you. But I have seen that. Like, and that's been a discussion on Twitter. Is like, and this is, I'm not going to take this too left field, but like, does a man act differently, or does he change for the woman he wants to change for as a man who he truly is at the core of it? Doesn't matter who the woman is. And I think that's where some of this like gets caught up, is like, you may have heard about this man doing, like, let's say you have another friend that he used to date or a distant friend or whatever, and he was a dog to her and like was doing all this stuff, and you tell her like, I ain't really heard the best things about him. And she, well, he don't do me like that. I ain't, cause you bitches be thinking it can't ever be them until it's them.
And it can be in different ways too. This is very interesting. Like the bug in your ear about a guy has happened to me in different types of ways. Sometimes you have to be receptive to what a bitch is saying about the nigga that you got now, whether it's like about his character or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's another story. But I've had a friend come to me about a dude that I was talking to. She was like, he just does some different shit. I don't think he the right guy for you. And I just take that with a grain of salt. You know, I'm not going to build no information about somebody based off what somebody else has told me. Yeah. And especially if it's like in their reactions in high school, whatever. Yeah. I ended up being involved with the nigga and he wasn't shit. He's done some of the most ridiculous shit to me that has ever been done to me. Granted, it ain't terrible, but it's like, if I had a gun, he might not have a toe, one of his baby toes right now. So if I would have taken what she had said, I might have saved myself some trouble. But at the same time, it was very light. It can be like, it can be almost when those situations where women are like, I mean, I used to talk to him for like 2 days, so like.
See, yeah, and that be the part where
don't give me that information. I don't give no fuck.
Yeah.
Did you marry that nigga? Y'all wasn't meant to be. He seen you naked? Or did he just do you dirty? You know, so it's a hard line.
Yeah. And I think it depends on how long. Like, if you knew the man in high school, we grown now. Like, I'm gonna try to give him credit for growing over the last 10 years.
But he didn't.
Yeah, but sometimes you be having to see for yourself, and you don't ever want to be I told you so ass friend, or you looking at it from the outside looking in like, ooh. Too bad they, I saw that coming, but it's like sometimes people have to experience things on their own.
And I had a really good friend who went through that whole, most of their relationship with me and was like, okay, let's move forward now. Can we get rid of him? Because I've also heard new things.
Okay.
And once it got to that point, I was like, okay, I see the nigga that you told me existed. I see how he ain't shit. Let me sever those ties. I appreciate everything you've told me to. Pull out of my fro and build this case. Yeah,
that's support. Like, that's how you want to, again, this is coming from a friend, somebody you familiar with. I even think about, like, chicks that I followed on Instagram for the last however many years, 5 years, whatever. You may not be super close with them, but you familiar with them. Y'all like each other's stories and shit, like each other's pictures. Y'all fake, cool.
We got some of the same boots, bitch. We connected.
Yeah. You comment on my stuff, I comment on yours. So it's like a part of you starts to feel an obligation to look out for that other woman just based on that little, that y'all even just have a social media relationship.
Insta cousins.
Yeah.
Insta cousin,
Period. So that's it for the poll questions. I think we really got into some stuff today. Like, I want men to know that you are not as slick as you think you are. I tell y'all this all the time. Women have a grapevine. If you're doing dirt, it will come back to bite you in the ass eventually. Maybe not the first time. Maybe not the second time. But you keep it up, somebody gonna snitch on your ass.
And a lot of times we just let shit go because y'all slow for real. Like, y'all really be thinking y'all really smart doing this shit. But you're dumb. If you ain't heard it, you heard it from me.
Yeah.
It's somewhere where you slipping where we gonna figure it out. Or somebody just gonna get fed up. Like this man, I still might ruin his life with this dick pic. For a second, I thought about having him give me a couple of $500 out of his paycheck every pay period.
Blackmail.
You tell your wife, I need $500.
Y'all gonna end up getting blackmailed because that's definitely what I might be on
my nails
the next round. Y'all know I ain't got no job right now.
Because I'm like, and Brittany needs some studies and some testicles paid for. So I might.
And I'm gonna need my nails done in 2 weeks. So don't get up in a situation where I can blackmail you.
Don't get caught up with the wrong bitch. Because I really ain't got nothing to lose. I don't work where I used. You know what I'm saying? I don't work where I used to work. He's on the shit list. Stop being dumb, man.
Period. And ladies, if somebody brings you some information, just try to be a little open. Don't be so hyper, ready to beat the next woman ass or whatever. Like,
don't shoot the messenger is the phrase.
Move your weave, open your ears, and just calmly hear the person out. Unless they try you. And then I might give you permission to cuss them out. But if you are if you're Shirley, proceed with caution. Don't come up in there feeling yourself ready to tell another woman about her man in the most disrespectful way. Like, this is sensitive information. You need to be empathetic. You need to be compassionate. You need to think about, if this was you on the other end, how would you want somebody to bring this information to you?
Can Barbara fight?
Period.
Because some Barbaras will just beat your ass.
They don't even care.
Shirley.
Yeah.
Whether the nigga is right or wrong, they don't care. You'll be missing your fronts at work.
Yep, pretty much. So that's it. Hope y'all enjoy. I gotta bring my girl around more because every time I post on Instagram, it be 50,000 people in my DMs. I'm like, she's so funny. So I had to get her in here so y'all could, my YouTube family could get a taste of the Juicy D vibes, you know.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we'll be back.